Hey, how's it going?
Hey Shai, long time no see. Good, good.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. That minute clip, made me really miss you. So,
Yeah, same.
how's your evening going?
Good, good. The weather is good here,
Yeah.
and yeah, I had some calls today, so didn't get as much coding done as I would have liked. But
Hopefully,
other
this
than
is your last
that,
mass call for the day. So, and then you get to go hang out and enjoy the Berlin weather.
yeah, yeah. But this is a good call because you combine call with coding. So
Best kind of calls. Best kind of
yeah,
calls for sure.
yeah,
Only thing better is just pure coding time, right?
exactly. Yeah,
So before we kick things off, I am going to just run through our slide deck, and then I'm gonna hand the screen sharing over to you if that works.
yeah. Awesome.
Cool. So we've done the weather conversation of the live stream. I don't know why, but we always start these live streams by talking about the weather. So for the folks that are watching in the comments, do tell us what the weather is like wherever you are. But yeah, we're going to be talking about contentmodel.io today, and we can take a look at that in just a sec. But I do like to start our live streams with just a quick, plug for some stuff. We do have a code of conduct for these streams, and pretty much everything Contentful does publicly. If we did anything besides virtual events, so yeah, just treat each other well. If anyone is doing anything to make you feel uncomfortable, reach out, let us know, and we'll do our best to resolve it. If you're looking to learn about Contentful, see tutorials, check out the latest features, see what live streams are coming up, you can check that out on our developer portal. If you want to have questions for us outside of the hours that we stream, ping us on the Contentful Slack. If you want to learn GraphQL, we've got a course, and if you want swag, we can hook you up. You just have to build something using our API, and we will send you swag. And I didn't update this. Okay, so if you want to follow Ante on Twitter, not Bucky, that's his Twitter handle, and then contentmodel.io is the website that we're going to be messing around with today. Last thing before we get started, before we get going, is we have to start the giveaway. Ante, have you heard about the giveaway?
I have seen it in your previous streams. Yes.
You're a viewer. You've watched our previous streams.
Well, I was preparing myself for this stream, so analyzing and like coming up with best
I hope
moments.
you've written down some good jokes, because we're all about jokes on this stream.
I have none, but I'll do my best.
So yeah, we've got a cool giveaway. All you have to do is type !win in the chat, and we'll hook you up with some swag if you win. It's a Contentful swag kit, so shirt, socks, stickers, everything exciting. So do check it out. I see Exegete, you've used the upside down ! So it won't work, but Jay Walter, I see you there. Cool. So Ante, you want to share your screen, and we can kick things off, and we can get started doing some code.
Yep. Let me share my screen.
Let's do it.
Okay. Are you seeing my screen?
I see it. I see contentmodel.io.
Awesome. Cool. Let me zoom in just a bit. Yeah. So basically, in the nutshell, what contentmodel.io is as this headline hopefully sells it, is a visualization tool for your content models, but also it's a public directory of content models that some people were kind enough to share with others.
Yeah. I really like this site because you get to poke around, and you get to see what people are doing and how people are thinking. We're actually going to be doing a session with Andrew, who's the second one right there on the Contentful Ultimate SEO model. I know basically nothing about SEO, and so he's gonna teach me everything, and it should hopefully be a lot of fun.
Yeah, he was kind enough to share this SEO content model, and it's like based on the analytics, it's one of the most popular.
I was gonna say, why don't we click into it, because it's a very intense. I don't want to say intense is the wrong word. It's a very intentional content model, I guess. Like, there is a lot going on here.
So I think realistically, do you need all of those fields? Maybe not. So I think the way, so he says inspired by Yoast. So I think Yoast, which is the most popular vendor for SEO in the WordPress world. So I think that's what inspired it. So would you really use all of these fields? Maybe not in production, but it's definitely a good starting point. And then you just throw out what you don't.
Yeah.
You don't need. Yeah, I definitely think that it doesn't have to be that scary, because if you see that's six or seven different content types. So,
yeah, he has a lot going on. He has all the SEO include stuff as sub stuff, and it is intent for sure. Why don't we, since we're here, why don't we take a look at what's going on this page? I see we've got like a nice light theme going for one thing.
Yeah. So yeah, big disclaimer: I'm not a designer, but I do my best. So with what skill I have.
Yeah. What are you using to run the visualizations, out of curiosity, or is this something you coded from scratch?
So it's a combination of from scratch and libraries. So there's this handy library for JavaScript called JS Plum. It's like a reference to plumbing, because you can imagine these like.
When you pull it up, we can take a look.
Yeah. Why not? So it's an awesome library. Issues. So basically, the way it works is there's an open source version, and then there's also like an enterprise or business version. So I'm using just a free version, which is more than enough for my use case. But it also, like, the paid for version supports like some extras like drag and drop, etc. And you'll see my site also supports that, but I basically re-implemented that on my own.
Nice.
Just because I want to have a bit more control. But it's really, I can recommend. Like, I'm
kind of surprised that they don't have a screenshot on this repo. I feel like something like this, you'd want a screenshot right at the top of the repo, just so people can.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fine.
The website is a bit cleaner. So I did struggle a bit because the documentation is primarily targeted, of course, to paying customers.
Yeah.
So there's like a bit of a mix-up there. So sometimes it's a challenge to find some stuff. But then, at the end, like, it was a really nice tool to work with. So I use that library for drawing these connections, and then like the rest is just HTML and CSS. So
I know that you've got the import and the export functionality, and like if you click that import button there, it'll authenticate into your Contentful account and it'll bring it along. But maybe we could do an export really quickly and kind of just see what that process is like. I don't know if you've got a spare Contentful. I meant like bring something in.
Okay. So let's do that. So let me log in. So I'll authenticate. I think I use this Google account. So basically the way it works is it should be in theory super easy to connect your Contentful account with contentmodel.io. And what I'm using is, like, there are several options, but what I recommend is this pull from Contentful option, which basically use OAuth. So it's a pretty secure process of exchanging. And what I get is just a read-only token. So I can't like write your spaces. So it says the token is no longer valid. Okay, revoke access. So I'll do authentication again. Authorize.
Yeah, this is super easy. It's just a couple clicks and you're done. So I'm really impressed. Hey, Stefan, I see you in the chat there as well. So we are just taking a look at how cool contentmodel.io is. So we've got Contentful demo, master. Yeah, I like that you've got a couple different options as well. And so
so you can also copy paste and then like import from a space. So this is like if you just want to provide a space ID and management token and copy paste. If, for example, you did an export with the Contentful tooling with our CLI,
like a Contentful space export.
So you would just copy paste it, and you'll see, like, I also populated basically with what I pulled from API.
Nice.
So it's just a JSON file. So no matter what you choose, and then like initially it was all or nothing, but I heard some feedback that like people run multiple projects inside of the same Contentful space. So I added like the selector, so you can choose just
specifically show certain things, and that's pretty cool. And then you get the thing and it just worked. So I'm guessing behind the scenes you're taking that JSON file and you're probably doing some sort of processing to make it work with JS plumbing. Is there anything really interesting or crazy in there that we should highlight, or is it just kind of you take a data model, you parse it into a format that works for JS plumbing, and then you?
So JS plumbing is pretty like there's no set data format that it expects.
I was going to say I have a feeling it's probably not one-to-one there. Like I've done a bunch of D3 work, and I find that most of this time with D3 it's a lot of like formatting the data, and then so D3 can just kind of handle it cleanly, and then assigning like labels and axes and stuff like that to D3, and then letting it kind of step in. And I imagine this is probably pretty similar, like it's data formatting and then.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically the way it works is in the background, like in the database, I actually store the JSON as is. And then like at the render time, I do some processing. So
that's interesting. You're not storing the rendered thing. You're storing the original JSON and then doing it there.
Yeah, basically the reason there is I have some like, first of all, I support importing like shared content models back to Contentful, right? So I need to have the source.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold on to it anyway.
Yeah, and like I want to add some like extra features around like Contentful integration there. So having this source data intact is like useful.
Yeah.
And it's not super costly to process the data.
Yeah. Is that happening client side or server side, out of curiosity?
Client side.
Nice.
So the library is not server side supported, but I think that's like not a big issue because like it's not actual content, so it's not like Google is ranking it.
And it's not like you're bringing, like you said, there's no content coming along. So like I don't know, how large are out of curiosity, what's the largest export you've seen so far?
So I've seen so that's actually I would say like around 40 something content types.
Yeah.
And at that point, like the visualization did crash. So I had like a bug report, and I had to like.
Is that one public? Can we take a look at it?
No, unfortunately not. So I have
a private one. So I guess that's a good thing to highlight, is that you support unlisted content models. So like folks that want to support unlisted content models can do that. Yeah,
so basically you have three options. So by default, it's public. When you publish it, it's on the site and everyone can see it.
Yeah.
And there's like unlisted, which basically allows you to still share the link, but people who don't have the link can't access it.
Yeah.
And then finally there's private. So I think like the biggest we have is probably this blog.
Oh wow, that is difficult to read for sure.
Yeah.
Stefan is going to come and tell me to mash that Control+ button in just a second if we don't zoom in soon.
So basically, as you can see, like it's pretty easy to navigate this visualization, and you can zoom in as much as you want. And then like, what's expensive is rendering these lines, right? And the
lines are expensive.
Yes. And the lines actually depend on your references. So people are probably familiar, but in Contentful, you can reference one content type from another, and that's called a reference. And for each of those references, I draw a single line.
Yeah.
But there are some people and some content models that they don't set validations on their references, and then so basically I need to draw lines.
Reference literally anything. Yeah.
And that crashed basically the visualization. So in case that I reach a certain number of like lines, I actually simplify it and draw just a single line from one content model to another, content type to another. So I had to do some workarounds.
That sounds very, very difficult and not fun to handle.
It was definitely like, when I started this project, it sounded very fun, right? I get to do some like drawing, some diagrams. Woohoo! Finally, it's not just like CRUD.
And I imagine this is like a tool that because like you're a full-time engineer at Contentful working on our demo tools, to help teach people and showcase people the potential of Contentful. So I imagine this is probably just a tool that you've wanted for yourself as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because we often work with content models in my team, and when you have to make a change to a content model, you need to basically understand what's going to break.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted this kind of tool that will tell me, okay, this content model, like this content type, depends on others. So you might want to make sure that you addressed like that relationship before like pushing to production or whatever. So
we got a comment in the chat from Steven Schneider. And he says, embrace validation on references. Let's be vocal about it. Recommend them to add a validation, and then a smiley face. And I'm thinking maybe we need to add a validation on the content model level. You're not allowed to publish a reference if it doesn't have validations on it. So, I don't know if that's a setting I can turn on, but I want that setting. Maybe I'll go log that in the product feedback document when the stream is done.
It will be pretty difficult to come up with like a use case where you don't want to have a validation of because it just makes the lives of your editors so much easier. They don't have to go through all the entries in your space, but rather like very specific.
Yeah, and just like from a stability, I mean, like ensuring that the site like knows how to handle, like the front end knows what to expect when those references come in, and like I'm definitely with Stefan Schneider on this one, that validation on references are really important. And I'm only kind of half joking about talking to product and being like, can you mandate that you have to have validation before letting you publish a content model? So
yeah, I mean, at the very least, we could show like a suggestion info box or whatever. Like, are you sure you don't want to?
Yeah, something like that. But cool. So I feel like I have a good sense of what content model.io works. I've got a good sense of how to add to this. I've got a good sense of, I mean, we could click the export button and we could show that, but I feel like that's pretty, like the tool just works here. You know, the buttons do what you think they should do. I think what might be fun is that since we've got, you know, 2 hours, maybe we could do some live coding and we can add some features to it.
I think that would be super fun. At least for other people watching.
At least for other people watching, not for you.
Yeah, I'll be sweating the whole time, but
well, maybe we can start with something simple and then get to things more complicated. Just a quick shout for the folks. I do know that we've got a bunch of comments coming in on YouTube. We do have a little giveaway going. If you head over to the Twitch chat and you type in !win in the Twitch chat, you'd be eligible for winning some cool swag from us. And so just for folks watching on YouTube, do keep an eye out on that. We do want to make sure that you get a chance to win the swag too. So cool. So I know you have this all on GitHub, right? Like this is an open source library. Why don't we head over to GitHub and maybe we can see.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. There's a question coming in from. Is there a renew feature on contentmodel.io to fetch the current content model of a space again? That is a great question.
That's a good question. So the answer right now is unfortunately no.
No.
But it's definitely something I want to support. So right now, basically, that would be 2 separate content models in the system. But as I'm getting more serious with this tool, and I want to like enable it for teams to use it, I think like definitely there needs to be a feature where you basically update to a new version of a content model, and then like you can also I have some plans for it, but basically to also be able to show the difference, like in GitHub when you make a commit, you can see the difference, like what changed, right? So I think like enabling that on your content models as well would be super cool. So in the background, I already store like each content model as a separate version. So yeah, I just need to expose it on the front end and make it functional. So yeah, great question. Thank you. But yeah, it's gonna come. Yeah.
So where would someone go to make a feature request like that for this? I mean, I know this is a project you do in your spare time, right? Like it's a thing that you're doing for fun. How would that feedback get logged to you? And maybe now that we're in the GitHub, like this is the place to do it. But
yeah, exactly. So I was gonna say, I think like GitHub is probably the best place. So I have also this public roadmap, which is actually now all done, as you can see, like all the ideas that I had initially. Obviously, I have some other ideas.
I mean, it sounds like you've got to add his idea onto it then.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So
this is what I like to see: people making comments and it getting added to the roadmap live.
Okay.
A new one.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you.
Stefan is saying that you're super organized with your public roadmaps.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying. I think this is my only project where I'm doing it, so like, I don't think I'm that.
I like your handle too, original exe. I added the dot. There's no dot, but I like that handle. That's pretty good.
Thank you. Yeah, that's like from the old days of me cracking games. So yeah, definitely a story there. But
I mean, you did the cracking yourself.
No. I mean, obviously, for less technical family members, you do help out. But no, basically, I had this like side project going many moons ago where like when you would crack a game, you would lose the original exe file.
Yeah. I mean, I would back them up, but yeah.
But if some people didn't, for example, me, and so if you had issues like you had to reinstall the game completely, and before the installation process could be pretty lengthy, at least on my crappy PC.
Yeah.
So I had this project where I was backing up like original exe files, and that's like how it stayed. So now, yeah,
That's pretty funny. That's funny.
Yeah. So to answer your original question, I would suggest just open an issue on GitHub. So there are two repositories actually. I'm keeping the front end and the back end separate. I think there's a link, to the API as well. It's just like I was gonna try to do a monorepo, but then like I've never done it, and like the tooling is not like there yet, especially around the platforms that I'm using for hosting this. So I just like decided to keep my life simple. And
yeah, that makes total sense.
So yeah, if you have a suggestion, a problem, bug report, whatever, like you can open an issue or just reach out to me on like our Slack community.
What's the stack that you're using here in these two things? Out of curiosity, I see that you've got a lot of TypeScript going, but like, is this a Next app, a Nuxt app, a React?
Yeah, so it's a Next.js app, so React powered. I use TypeScript for both front and back end, and on the back end I use Nest.js. So it's very confusing.
Next
like
and
Nest. Nest, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm comfortable with. And then the front end I'm hosting on Vercel.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's super easy and like free even. So that's super nice of them. And then for the back end, I'm hosting both the database and the API on DigitalOcean.
Nice.
So they have this new app platform, which is basically previously DigitalOcean, like they had all these droplets, but you had to manage that yourself, right? And now they have this like app platform, which is a service platform. So they take care of maintenance and everything. So it's super nice.
Yeah, that's really great. That's kind of one of the reasons I use MongoDB whenever I'm doing Mongo, is because they have really great maintenance going on there too. So I'm a big fan for people taking care of maintenance for me.
Exactly. I'm not like previously in back in the days. I sometimes had fun like with managing my own server, but it can quickly become like I'm a one-man team, and like it's already mastered. It's like I don't need to be managing servers.
I remember those days as well. I'm happy that we've been able to abstract things out. Honestly, I'm like kicking myself in the butt for not coming up with the idea of Dependabot. I think Dependabot is like my favorite tool for like just keeping things up to date. And it's super friggin' smart, and I should have come up with. I mean, it's one of those things that's like dirt simple that like we all should have thought of, but it's great. All this stuff is great. So
speaking of Dependabot, you see, like I have a security vulnerability. So I was checking it like previously, and it's like, I don't think it's that serious. We don't need to act on it now. But people calm down. Everything is okay.
So should we write some code for this? What do you want to do? I see that we only have one issue in the roadmap right now, but I imagine you've got more ideas that you maybe just haven't written down yet.
Yeah. So I think like to start with, I think we should follow your suggestion, like that we discussed previously, and just implement dark mode.
You're spoiling how the streams are made that we plan these. It's you're giving it away.
Sorry, but no,
okay.
I don't think it's a big secret. So basically, I think like you suggested dark mode. I thought like why not? Like that's a good. So
I'm a big fan of a good dark mode.
So for me, as you can see, like I use dark mode on GitHub. Yeah. So on some applications I use it, on others I don't bother. It depends on like how I'm feeling. I think some websites do it better than the others.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm going to be referring a bit to your expertise as a dark mode consumer in terms of.
I don't know if I'm an expert here. So I've been doing something really weird recently. I don't want to use my phone, right? Like I find that time spent on my phone is time wasted, social media on my phone, that kind of thing. Like I'm better off doing something else. So I actually just switched my phone to grayscale. So it's purely black and white to make it less interesting. So.
And is it working?
Yeah. I mean, I was never really one to use my phone too much anyway. Like I'm not particularly like phone centric, but like it's ruined Reddit completely. Like Reddit in black and white kind of sucks. Feedly in black and white kind of sucks. And like they still work and they're still readable. It's just like not having color makes it way less appealing. And so I put it down a lot faster. And so So I don't know if I'm the expert on dark mode here. I think I've got a little further than dark mode in my personal life.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to make the website less interesting for people, so
Mhm.
we're gonna stay away from that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've never personally implemented
Florence
dark
says, "Who
mode.
cares about color as long as it's working?"
Yeah, I guess like you could argue that like the one of the points of the website is like to visualize things, and
Yeah.
like so it needs to be a bit pretty, like so. But yeah, I think I've never done it, so
Yeah.
let's see.
So
So
let's take a look at your CSS then. How have you configured your CSS here? And I guess part of this is going to be I've never done a dark mode before either. I'm curious, is it just like you load in I wonder if someone in the comments can talk about best practices around setting up a dark mode. Is it that we have an alternative CSS file that we switch to? Is it like what are the thought processes around like the technical execution of enabling a dark mode? And maybe before we get started, we can actually just take a look at how you configured your styling. Are you using Sass? Are you using?
So as I mentioned, I'm using React on this.
Yeah.
And basically everything is separated into components. So
Yeah.
each component itself will have some CSS.
Yeah.
So this is just a regular CSS, but
Yeah.
in the background I'm using Tailwind. So I don't know if have you heard of Tailwind? Have you used it?
Yeah. I've heard of Tailwind.
Yeah.
I think Tailwind is doing some interesting stuff recently with like I was talking to a buddy of mine about this fairly recently about Tailwind building like some sort of compiler or like real-time compiler. That's like fairly new.
Yeah. So just a short summary. So basically the Tailwind CSS generates all the different classes. And the point is not to have the whole power of CSS, because like if people just take a look at this, it looks like you're writing styles in line, right?
Yeah.
But the idea is Tailwind restricts you to certain values. So basically it's kind of a design system that comes out of the box with some sensible defaults. And you get all these classes. And what they're doing now is, so previously they generated all of these classes when you started the building process. So it took a while because there are so many different classes, because you have each class, but then you have hover, and then every class, and then you have focus, as you can imagine. So what they're doing is like, instead of pre-compiling everything, and then like it takes a while to load and it crashes your DevTools. Now it's like just-in-time compiler. So only when you actually use the class, it gets compiled and like put in your CSS. So it's much quicker, like developer feedback, so they're doing really interesting stuff. It's definitely not the first utility class CSS approach, but it's the first one I'm using, and I really like it. And now I'm using it for all of my projects, and I just love it. I'm super productive with it. The good thing is I've never explored it, but I've seen mentions of like Tailwind supporting dark mode. So I'm wondering.
Why don't we Google it, see what we get?
I'm wondering like how easy that is, because if it makes it super easy, that would be nice.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm imagining maybe you just add a class to the top, to the body of dark mode, and then have like a something like that. But
okay, that would be super nice. I'm wondering like how do they do it?
See, it's got dark in there. Add the word dark at a top level and populate it or something. Oh, and it even picks up the user's operating system, which is pretty nice too.
Okay,
it says whenever dark mode is enabled on a user's operating system, dark will take precedence over, which is pretty nifty.
So basically, I think like the ideal solution would include like, if you have a preference for dark mode, by default it's enabled. We still don't force it on you, because some people like dark mode on specific websites, and if you implement it poorly,
I'm not a fan of the dark mode on GitHub, if I'm being honest. I don't know what it is about the GitHub dark mode, but I find it not super readable. But maybe it's just the white isn't bright enough, or
I'm getting used to it. So
it's too much gray. I find that there's like a little too much gray, and like if that gray was brighter, I think it would be a little more functional for me. But
because they have like two different dark modes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So maybe I quickly show it, and then it could be inspiration for how structured, or if I can.
Yeah, I thought they just had one.
Is it in profile?
Oh,
Okay.
there it is.
Settings appearance. Okay. So yeah, they have a default dark, which is like
And a
this.
dimmed dark. Oh, okay.
So I think they launched with just this one, and then added. I might be wrong, but yeah.
Maybe I should go take a look at it when we wrap on the stream and see how I feel about it. So
Yeah, but I think like it would be probably an overkill for me to have 3 different teams. So
yeah,
I think
definitely. Just go with the 2 for now.
for the 2, yeah. But yeah, so it sounds like to enable dark. Okay. Manually. Yeah, it sounds like dark.
Sounds like we just need to add a dark into a bunch of.
Yeah, but I think like we'll also have to go through every component and basically add like a dark variant, right? Because I was wondering, like, would it be just that you add a dark top class and it works out of the box, and how would it work? Like it would invert all the colors, like that might not.
Yeah, I think inversion probably would be. I mean, maybe it'll work all right because we don't have a ton of color going on in the first place. But I don't know, how long would inversion take to just look at and see, maybe as a starting point?
I mean, at the very least, like I can enable dark mode and see like if anything happens when I toggle.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
So I think like by default, it's probably not going to be enabled. Set dark mode.
We'll need like a little toggle button to turn it on.
Yes. So okay. So let's modify our tailwind config because it's not going to be on by default. So it's a top level property.
Yep.
So dark mode media. Are there other options? So the media strategy uses preferred. But if you'd like to support toggling dark mode manually, you can also use the class strategy. Okay, so we're probably interested in the class strategy instead.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if okay, that's gonna compile automatically, so I don't need to do that. Now instead of dark class being applied, they will be applied whenever dark class is present earlier in the HTML3. Okay. How you add the dark class to HTML is up to you. Okay, so I think these are 2 separate problems. So we have the implementation, like what it looks like, but then also how do we toggle it?
Yeah.
And from my experience, websites usually store this on the device, right?
Rather on the cookie level, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if there's something.
Yeah. I mean, you do it. I feel like, are you storing much in the user profile? Like.
User profile?
Yeah, I mean, like maybe it's a thing you log into another machine, it caches on the user profile. Like, do they want dark mode? Do they not? Like on the user table when they log in?
Yeah, I was thinking, but like
making a migration on stream might be a little out of scope. Though we only have an hour and a half left. I think maybe making a database migration might be a little much, but
yeah, I think like it might be a bit much, and like I actually think probably people don't prefer to have a device specific control, because you can imagine like maybe you want dark mode on your phone, like when you're browsing through content models in your room, like late at night
in bed. You know what? Before you go to bed, you take a look at contentmodel.io, see what's up, see what's new.
Yeah. So I think like in the interest of saving time, let's see if there are like some handy libraries that help with this. So I see, because like I'm using such a popular stack, there's like bound to be some.
Yeah, I'm sure someone has built an easy thing that you can just use.
Okay, so they're mentioning dark mode class. That's what we were going to use. Next, themes, a lightweight library. Okay, I like the lightweight part. An abstraction for themes in your Next.js app. Perfect dark mode in 2 lines of code.
Oh, this feels like cheating here, but let's try it.
Is it cheating?
2 lines of code? It feels like cheating.
It's never 2 lines, but okay. So let's clear this and let's try it.
You mind bumping up the font on that like a lot on the terminal?
Yeah. Let's see if this. Okay, so this. Okay, yep. Is it okay?
Yep, that's good for me. I can read it.
Yeah, like it's gonna align itself back.
Yeah, it's all right. It works.
Okay, so let's say npm install. You'll need a custom app to use next theme. Do I really? Adding dark mode support takes 2 lines of code. Okay, am I already using custom app? I think I am. App tsx, yeah. Okay, cool. So import theme provider from next themes. What am I doing? Okay, so let's import. And then I need to wrap my component. Okay. Okay, that's. I think that counts as 2 lines. Is my dark mode working yet?
We'll see. We'll have to take a look and see what we get. Oh no!
Okay. No, all good. Okay, all good. Found 48 vulnerabilities.
Well, only 2 of them are moderate. That's not too bad, right?
Yeah, I like to live dangerously, so that's good. Okay, let's wait for the development to start. I'm using custom server for Next.js, so because I have SSL enabled locally, it just makes things easier, but it takes a bit
fancy.
Fancy. That's it here. Next.js app fully supports dark mode. Okay, let's continue reading this article to see how they implement it, specifically with Tailwind. So including the attribute class is very important, since this tells library to use the Tailwind dark theme class. Okay. So it sounds like they want us to add an attribute class here. For the toggle button, I use the following. Okay. Okay, so we have this mechanism in place. So I guess we could start. Use theme. So let's check the functionality. API default theme. Okay, default theme. Okay, so my thinking is let's enable dark mode.
Yeah, let's set it as a default just to see what it looks like,
yeah.
and we can.
Okay, let's see. Did this start? Yeah. Okay, let's open the tab. Content model.
Content model.local. I like it.
Yeah. Yep. It's like it just makes the life easier because for auth exchange, for example, Contentful requires you to provide an HTTPS URL. So instead of using something like to proxy requests, it's just like okay.
Well, we have a start. It looks like our background is dark.
Yes.
Which makes sense. And then I imagine everything else you have probably set styling for, right? Like the background is just that default white. So I don't know if you've necessarily declared it. Whereas everything else is, I imagine you've definitively set what the color is supposed to be. And so it's not getting picked up.
Yeah, so I think like now basically we need to go quickly.
I like how the circle is working there. That's fairly funny.
Yeah, random, like you can see
random shapes, random circles. Yeah, let's take a look at the browse page just kind of see what happens there with because I imagine that's going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, you only have 2 in the example.
Yeah, I have like because I think like the others are set to private, but if I go to my content yeah. So that starts with deployed. I think it's good enough. Like you can still select text and see.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely there. I don't know if I would call this usable, but it is definitely there. And I think what's funny is that like maybe we can click into a content model really quickly.
Oh yeah. I misclicked, so now it's compiling.
Oh no.
It's good. Okay, let's open a new tab. Build page. Is this the part where I need to fill the silence with some joke?
That's what I was saying. You got to write your jokes down. You got to have them ready. Your vamping jokes. There we go.
Okay, something is loading.
Yeah, I have a feeling the JS plumbing is going to look like it did, and then everything else is going to be So it looks like JS plumbing is not picking it up, but
so the good thing is like I have a fixed background here, so that's fine. But yeah, we definitely want to go through the rest of the components and like make the text white.
Yeah.
So that's where your expertise is going to come in handy to help.
No, I don't know about expertise here. I'm we'll see. I'll do my best.
Okay, so now is the part where I need to figure out like how I implemented what. So we have an index page.
Yeah, and I think it was saying it's being. Why don't we take a look at the CSS on the the actual text and see what we're getting? Like do an inspect element.
Okay, so if I inspect and then zoom in, is that zoomed in enough?
Yep, this looks good.
So yeah, it looks like what it added is the dark class.
Yeah, and that's being done on the head level, or like basically at the top. So
yeah, HTML. What I didn't know is that this like color scheme CSS property exists. I don't know what it does, but okay. But yeah, I wonder like what made the background go black.
I mean, I'm imagining you probably just didn't set your background color.
Yeah, I didn't.
And so it's just like, hey, there's no background color. We'll just take the dark mode thing, because isn't it? It takes the most specific property available, and there's nothing set. So
yeah, it could be some like browser specific things, like if it sees color scheme dark.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah. So looks like this is it. This is it. Color scheme dark. Today I learned. Okay, so that looks good, but yeah, it didn't like as I said, like inverting automatically probably wouldn't work. Also,
no,
I think
I didn't expect that, but
should be pretty easy. So basically, wherever I have this like text gray,
I
need to add maybe.
So in the documentation, it had that dark and then a parentheses and then and then so I imagine it would be dark colon and then text white or something. Maybe we could try that and see what we get there.
Yeah, exactly. So for people not familiar, so basically Tailwind has like this concept of prefixes, and like same as you have hover and then some stuff which applies just when you hover. As the name says, I think it's the same way this dark. So let's try it.
Can we chain those prefixes as well? Let's say we have a dark and a hover, or
yeah, you can. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. So okay, let's start with this H1 because it's gonna be super easy to see.
One we'll see the fastest.
Oh yeah, one other cool feature is that like this integration with text editors, so you can see like I start typing and it immediately suggests. So text white maybe.
Yeah.
There
we go. Picked it up.
We have our first readable text in dark mode. That's nice. Okay, I think that looks good.
Yeah, now we just have to keep going, right?
Yeah, so I was thinking like because and this is actually where the like the prescriptiveness of Tailwind could come in handy. Is I have this like specific class text gray 900, right? Like not everywhere here it's 800, but what I'm saying is like maybe I could just do a global search and replace and then hope for the best. So instead of like going through all the components, let's just try this. So
not that much, too much there.
Not that much. So text gray, and I would replace it with text gray and then dark text white, right?
That seems reasonable to me.
Okay, I mean it's on Git, so we can easily revert. 14 files. I definitely want that. And then I guess, do we make a difference between 800 and 900?
Yeah, is there a lighter white, or I mean, I guess it's dark mode. I think it's fine. I would leave it and then update the text to 800. Don't want to overwrite that.
Yeah, there are not many of them, so I think let's try.
Cool.
Okay.
And then save all our files and
I think
Do we need to save the?
I think it saves it automatically.
Right.
Yep.
There we go. Things are white. We got some.
Okay. Okay. We see some obvious issues, but
Yeah.
okay.
So we're gonna have to probably invert that shape there. So I don't know what the opposite of the beige is gonna be. I don't know if there's an easy way to maybe make it a gray or a
let's see.
or a purple.
What am I even using here? So it's
yellow.
Background yellow 50.
Is there a color inverter we could look up really quickly? See what the inverted of color.
So this
yellow.
is another handy like feature. So Tailwind comes out of the box with this color scheme, and basically the way it works is it goes from 50 or 100. I think it depends on the case, and goes up to 900. So 900 is the darkest version of the same color. So I'm thinking maybe we can just try to use like super dark version of yellow.
Is there a dark version of yellow? I mean, I feel like yellow and white is still a little rough. Like maybe you want to go for a purple or a...
Okay, good point. Good point. So I have background yellow. Okay, so dark background. So yeah, so dark yellow is basically
brown.
Brown.
That's definitely not yellow. That's brown.
It's not. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not amazing.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that one.
Okay, I want to try. I think maybe dark gray might look cool.
Twitch chat, chime in. What colors do you want? Let us know.
Yeah, this is your opportunity to influence the product. So yeah, I think that's like...
Yeah, that's all right. I still think it's kind of... Yeah, I mean, it works. It's readable, which is the
Do you have a
important
suggestion?
I really want to try purple, like a nice dark purple.
Okay.
Maybe dark mint. Is mint an option? BG-mint?
Mint? No, I have Mimi pink. No. So like
this is from the chat that they want mint. So
dark mint.
Try BG Magic Mint.
Yeah, that's gonna be too light. That's gonna be too light. Like for this one.
Oh no, yeah. Sorry, Twitch chat. That one doesn't work. So.
That was a terrible recommendation. Let's see. Text,
and then we got hex 198B71.
Oh god, 198B71. Okay, so this is where it gets a bit complicated because, as you can see, I'm running classes only.
Well, let's look it up. What color is that even? Is that the mint that we're getting requested from the chat? We should double check what it is first.
I would imagine. But we can try what it looks like actually through developer tools. And then, let's see.
Emerald 700. It was we got a request for Emerald 700.
Okay, so someone knows their Tailwind.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Nice. I like that. I like that. And
I think
Sean Niels is like really rocking it with all the suggestions today. I think we should take Emerald 700, like they're suggesting.
Okay. Emerald. Okay, let's try Emerald. Yeah, but I like this shade. Okay, if we can custom colors. So I already have some, like the mint that or like whatever popped up. That was like my custom color. So
yeah.
So what are they saying? Text.
They're saying
Emerald.
Yeah, so I think we could do BG-Emerald 700.
Oh yeah, it's not text. It's BG. Oh, I don't have Emerald. Okay, let's add it. Let's add it. I think it's worthwhile. Like it's a nice color, so let's add it. So basically, the way it works is in Tailwind comping, you can specify some like, and I already have like Mimi Pink and Space Cadet. It's very specific. Basically, as I said, I'm not a designer, so I go around dribble and pick nice colors.
Yeah. I mean, we should just name it after our Twitch user of Schoenwald Nils Mint. So that would be...
Okay, that's easy to type. Schoenwald Mint. Are we calling it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Schoenwald Mint. Here we go. Sorry for butchering your your name. Let's see if the extension picked it up. Sometimes you need to retype. dark, BG.
There it is, BG-shown world mint.
Oh, I love this. Okay, it's official. So I think we don't need this one, and after it applies, I need to compile Tailwind again. As I said, yeah, I definitely need to switch to that just-in-time compiler for Tailwind. Okay.
That's okay.
Well, that's loading. I think
White shape, I think, is totally fine because it's over to the side. It's not conflicting with the text.
You would say so, but it's on some resolutions.
All right, let's go ahead and change it then while we're here.
Default, so 100. So I think like on some resolution, yeah.
Yes, that's a problem. We can't have that. That's not allowed.
Okay, so to keep it simple, okay, this is still compiling.
Yeah, that one probably makes sense as a gray then, as that dark gray we were using. The yellow abelian, I think it was what it was.
So you're saying dark BG. Which color did you say?
You had yellow 900, or you had a gray that we were using.
Gray. I think I did gray. Did
900. And then probably we also want to do that on maybe some of the icons as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, is that supposed to drop down into the beige area?
Yeah, that's kind of a feature. This is showing like my artistic skills because like it's not a flat web, but things are overlapping, you know.
Yeah. No, I feel you when we don't have designers to help us.
I hope no one is a designer. So okay, maybe 700. Yeah. Okay. So then the icon you said, yeah, I agree. So dark BG. Do we have sea green something?
Yeah, we could just do a darker sea green, like sea green 700 or 800.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the yellow, I think, also needs to be a bit darker here. So dark, BG yellow. Let's do it in the.
Yeah, totally doable. And then I guess the last is the beige, with the bottom and top beige. We probably should flip.
Yes.
That's probably going to break the brown, but.
Yes, it is. So okay, let's start from the header, right? Header. Okay, where's our header? So we have, if I remember correctly, I have two separate headers. One is mobile optimized, and another one is for desktop. So let's header small screens, and then we should have header large screens for. So let's start here. The question is, where did I put? So maybe the background. Okay, background is on the wrapper, so that's interesting. So it's sepia. So dark BG sepia. Okay, let's try. I feel like we're gonna create a Frankenstein here.
Ooh, I am not a fan of that brown. Why don't we try gray?
Okay. So gray. Okay. So it's gonna.
That is a weird gray. It's.
You don't like it? I feel like this border is also.
Yeah.
Border gray.
I like a little darker. Yeah.
Wait, it's not also suggesting. Did I miss something? Border. It's possible that I need to enable dark mode for this variant. So okay, I think I know what's up. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Border color, yeah, focus, and then I need to add dark. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so once I update like Tailwind to just-in-time compiler, like this whole thing is gonna be a thing of the past because then you no longer need to specify what you want to enable. So now it's gonna take a while for Tailwind to again compile, so that's fun. So you're saying you're not a big fan of this?
Yeah, it seems more. I mean, it's bluish. At least it looks like it's blue to me. But
okay. I hear
that could just be I have like color configuration of the monitor or something like that.
It definitely is a bit bluish indeed.
Whereas like that gray down below is an actual gray. I mean, it still works. Like, I still like it. Like, it's dark. It's different.
Okay, let's wait for this to compile, and then we'll see. Yeah, I see that. Okay,
Yeah, and then the logo is like a little difficult to read.
Yeah, the problem is, let's
Ilias
see.
is saying that finding the right color is as hard as naming your variables, and I'm definitely agreeing with you here.
I think even harder for me. Yeah.
Nope. Sorry, I just got a buzz. Give me 1 sec.
Go for it. So yeah, let me check. Let me check how I implemented the logo. If it's an inline SVG, then it's not. Okay. So we're gonna have to create a new asset for the logo. So it's in source shared assets logo. So I'm gonna create logo dark SVG and copy pasting. And then I'm gonna change the fill property as soon as I get it done. Opening new tab. Okay, so the first path is responsible for a text, so that's what we want to change. Fill equals just white, I think. And then I think we had use theme, right?
Sorry about that. Residential New York is I get all of my neighbors' deliveries. So
all good. So I used your absence to create a light version of my logo.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So what I'm doing now is basically I'm going to detect a theme, and if it's a dark theme, I'm going to use
the dark logo.
Dark logo, yeah. So it's going to be logo dark. Logo dark.
We did get a comment in the chat while I was gone, and that was from showing Nils. You can change the SVG fill to current color and change it with the text color. I'm not sure what that's.
Yeah, that is true. I wonder if that works with non-inline SVGs though. Do you know? Because like the way I'm referencing my logo is through an image source. Do you think an SVG would pick that up?
We can try it, see what happens. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but I'm down to learn and figure it out.
Okay, let's try it. Okay, so let's comment out logo dark for now. And then, okay.
Oh no, he says only on an inline SVG. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm aware of that property, but yeah, in this case, let's stick to this, and then I can refactor it if it becomes too complicated.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have theme. So I remember at the start of the stream, we had all these big plans for like multiple features we were going to implement. You remember, Shai?
I remember. I mean, I don't know, man. We didn't write it down anywhere. There's no proof that we had this as an idea. As far as I'm aware, we only committed to dark. No, I'm just kidding.
Scrap the recording.
Hey, that's in our private planning. No one, we didn't record that, so no one will know.
Logo dark, otherwise render logo. Okay. And then we do the same here. I need theme because I think it's like this. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Broken. Okay, that's not what I expected. Is our path incorrect?
I mean, we can right click on the thing and check it. Check that.
Let me just logo dark. Okay, let me refresh once.
Yeah. While we're waiting, I mean, Nils is definitely our MVP of the stream today, right now. The SVG loader is great to load SVGs as React components into your component, and they would be inline. Oh, and it looks like it showed up there.
Yeah, it showed up, but it
looks like it's the other one.
It's dark. Okay, let me. I think I know how to handle this with a standard console log debugging. Log theme. So let's see what's dark. Theme equals dark, logo dark. So I'm definitely doing that correctly. And then logo dark, shared assets, logo dark. Okay, let me double check. Fill. Okay, maybe I have an additional fill property. I would bet you that that's, yeah, I have it for sure. Ah, it's stroke, not a fill. Okay. Let's see now. Okay, refresh. Ba-dum. Damn it. Okay, time to inspect. And I need open image new tab. So let's see why it's not coming up. So there's a path with a fill. Okay, 2.7.
He'll just send us a link to SVGR Webpack as well. I think just as an FYI, but
okay.
so I've chucked it on the screen if anyone is interested.
Thank you.
No worries.
Okay, so I found the issue. So basically, I was editing the wrong property. So this is what I want. Okay, so this should definitely work now. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't need to refresh. So now we have the light version of our.
Still the other logo.
I was sure it was working. Why are you doing this to me? Open link, open image new tab. So this is okay. Let's do some more debugging. Large screen, console log. Logo dark. Let's see
if it's even coming through.
Yep. So it's logo dark. So okay. So that's. But this is not setting it. Okay. So theme equals dark. I feel like I'm doing things the right way. So I'm setting it to, okay, let's just try to specifically set it to dark mode. Okay. That's weird.
Yeah, that is odd.
Okay, let's try
maybe set the logo to use memo with the theme as a requirement to listen to. Logo source to a use memo.
But you see, like when I print the source,
we are getting the correct thing. And you've double checked that the logo saved. Like open up that actual file.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's the right one.
So it could be some weird caching. Like let's try key equals theme.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a caching thing, just restart the server, right?
Yeah.
Take a sec, because.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So so it definitely was some weird React
caching thing.
Okay. Yeah.
What does that key do? Is that just a thing that forces it to rebuild, or? Yeah.
So basically, what React does is when you change some stuff, it basically just changes what actually changed, right? It's trying to optimize writing to the DOM. But like with a key, you tell it like if this key changes, like re-render this whole component, this whole element. And in this case, like I don't know, like I would still expect just changing source to work. But like, yeah, I don't know, let's just unblock us and move on. So, okay, so now we have a light version of the logo.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Can we pull up contentmodel.io on the internet and we can just do a quick comparison and just kind of take a look at like what the differences are so far?
Yep, so let me make sure that we have the same zoom level. So yeah, so this is the production version and this is our dark version.
Yeah. You mind closing the console?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. We just have the one, major thing to fix, which is the actual content models. And I guess we got to do the footer too. I think we can do the footer pretty quickly though.
Yeah, footer should be easy. So like header should have been easy as well. So who knows? Let's see.
That's all right. SVGs are a mess.
So what did we use for the? I assume like let's just stick to whatever we used in the.
Keep them consistent.
And then like
border was 900.
Border was 900. Okay, so that's that, and yeah, we'll have to change. Okay, that looks good. Other than the brown.
Brown, yeah.
Terrible.
Is the link okay with that blue? Should it be maybe a lighter blue?
For sure, we can change it. Dark text blue, maybe 400.
Yeah. Just make it pop a little bit more. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, and then useful links. I think like useful links. So this useful links is not a link. So we can dark text.
Yeah, you did kill the brown though, so you're gonna have to add that back.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember dark mode is not an exclusive mode. Okay, so if I go for so maybe slightly darker. Okay, let's try that. And then, so text 700. I feel like if we stick to this blue, I like it for the link colors. It might work. Dark. What did I use?
Text blue 400.
Oh, thank you. And then I think we have one remaining here. That should be. Is it too many blue stuff?
No, I mean they're links. I feel like they work as links.
Okay. Yeah, I can revisit this like later if I get negative feedback.
You gotta add the Contentful developer portal down there too. Not the Slack, the developer portal.
Shame on me.
No, it's okay. I'm just messing. So.
Okay, so let's see what the actual content model page looks like. Okay.
Ooh, we're gonna have to mess around with the buttons too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is brown. Like
buttons aren't that bad.
The buttons are transparent. Okay, so I have. Okay, let's tackle buttons. So I have this get button class name thingy here, and I think these are variant text contained. Size. Okay. So variant is either text or contained, and then like color. Clear. Yeah. I need to refactor this class. It's like jumbo. But it will look text. Okay. So as you're seeing, I'm using transparent background with a pink gray.
Yeah.
Border pink gray. So in dark mode, we want something like text.
I mean, you could just drop the transparency.
What do you mean drop the transparency?
Like instead of having it be transparent in dark mode, have it be filled.
But I feel like that's gonna defeat the purpose of my clear.
Yeah.
Color.
That is fair. That is a fair assessment.
Let's see. If I have this pink gray.
You've got the Mimi pink.
Oh god. Yeah, I think I used like some tool to name colors on the internet, and definitely can have hilarious results.
That's more white than pink.
Yeah, it is. But
yeah, it works.
okay, so like
Agreeable
I
with the
think
hover state too.
let's hover. So what do I do? Like hover. I think let's make the dark hover. So this here's where your question comes, like
with the chaining.
Yep. Maybe pink gray. And I'm thinking maybe something like 400. Maybe 600. Yeah, I like this. So
yeah, that works.
It's definitely, I think, more important to be accessible than to be pretty. So
yeah,
if someone wants to volunteer their design skills, I would gladly.
it's all open source. Just fork it straight in, make a pull request, and you'll accept it. You won't even review it. You'll just accept it.
So I added like for the focus styles the same. So okay, so I like that. Cool.
I dig it.
These buttons work. So that's nice. What do we do about this?
Yeah, I mean, so why don't we pull it up and take a look at how it's setting the colors right now? Is this still kind of being picked up by the next app, or?
Yes. So basically, I think that's in the diagram view file.
Yeah.
So I have this BG Sepia 100.
And I think so. This is the same beige you were using with the header and the footer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think just take those same colors that we're using in the header and the footer.
Okay.
As at least a starting point, and so that's gray 800 and gray 900.
Yep. So dark, and then I have this dark border as well, right? Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean it stands out.
It stands out all right. Stands out all right.
Now it's a little gray. Now it's a lot like. Maybe 7 or 6. 6 is a good idea. Yeah,
that's grayer, but okay. There's a like differentiation between header and footer. Okay.
Yeah. But like it's a tiny bit brighter, so it like pulls your attention a little more. I mean, that could also just be because the boxes are bright.
Yeah. So I think like okay, we're missing these titles definitely because they're like content type
the
titles
colors getting picked up. So I think if we
intros, okay, so if we find,
I mean it's changed the boxes, I guess, is probably the real solution there. So
draggable content type, and then we have a content type component. Oh, no, that's not what we're looking for. Content type component, yeah. Okay, so we have, okay, so this is where we are. So dark. Okay, so first of all, are we changing the boxes background?
I think we should change the boxes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do that first before I decide on the title color. Okay, so right now it's actually white. Okay, it doesn't look white to me. I need to.
Is it? Oh wow, yeah, you're right. It doesn't look it at all.
It's kind of like yellowish, but it might be an illusion because.
Yeah, because it's next to some grays. Yeah, you're right. We should have dragged Lilia or one of the Contentful designers to join us on this stream, just to give us color theory hints.
Okay, so would like something BG gray, so would something like super light work?
Ooh.
I mean, it's gonna get better, but like, are you in the like, let's make everything shades of gray, or are we going wild here? Like,
Let's go wild.
Let's go.
Let's always go wild. Is that a question?
I shouldn't have asked. I should not have asked. Okay. I mean, obviously, readability is important, right?
BG primary 500.
500. That's bold.
Yeah. I'm all about the purple life. So.
Let me try 400. Yeah.
You don't seem happy. I mean, at the end of the day, you're the one who has to merge this pull request. So if you're not happy,
I mean, like, it's not a big deal.
I just like color. I'm a big fan of color.
I can tell.
Oh, that's pretty dark.
That's pretty dark. Okay, I'm gonna try this, and
All
then
right.
like right now it looks
It's very dark.
terrible because
yeah, but we haven't changed everything else yet, so it looks terrible because you can't read the text. When you can read the text, it'll be fine.
Don't judge us, chat. Don't judge us. So border.
Probably 900 because it's darker than the white.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see. Oh, if it's selected. So this is for the selected state. Wait. Okay. And then here.
Oh, and then it's going to be the same. So 800.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this.
Okay, so this is the select state. So basically, while you're dragging, so you can see. Okay. I actually like this. Nice.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
So let's change these terrible grays now that look terrible. So dark text.
I see that you're using 700 because it didn't get picked up by the find and replace that we did earlier.
Yeah.
So we did 800 and we did 900.
Yeah, true. Okay, so gray, I think it can be a shade darker even. Okay, and then this. So the idea is for this, like these are field content type field names, so these are important. And then like the type of the field.
Yep, you have it as a text gray 600 right underneath.
Yeah. So it's like secondary information. So text gray 300. Let's see if that's enough contrast for people.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that was good.
I really like this. I think this looks really nice now. And it kind of matches the buttons. And honestly, we leave those buttons as is. I don't think we need to touch those at all. I think they still work.
Okay. Probably change this tooltip though, but yeah.
And then we just probably, how do you feel about the lines? Do we need to change the lines or are they okay as is? I mean, because they really stand out here. Maybe the green needs to shift, but.
Yeah, the green does not go well with this color.
No,
but otherwise, I actually kind of like them. Yeah, it's kind of like
they match the buttons up there and they stand out pretty aggressively, which is important because you want to see how things connect.
Yep. Okay, let's keep the
lines as is,
but then change the green hover line, so you get to see some JS Plum code.
Well, we have a new green we could use as well.
That is actually true. Yeah, why not? So let me find the code. So I think it's a fill property. No. Stroke. No.
Can we inspect the lines and see if we can?
The problem is like it's hard to
hover state lines. Yeah.
Let's try. So these are basically diagram view, and then you have like a div.
Yeah.
For everything. So these are SVGs. So
yeah. Inline SVGs.
Text. Okay. I see what I'm doing. So I'm using actually Tailwind classes still here.
I was gonna say that's good. That'll make it easier to modify them.
Yeah.
There it is. Text C green.
I remember. Okay.
600.
So global is highlighted. Text C green. Yeah. Okay. So what's our Schönwald. Schönwald mint.
And we're gonna want to set that for dark mode only, or are you doing it for everything?
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, let's keep it to dark mode only. External mint. The dark class does not exist. You're sure?
Do we need to import dark into this?
It could be that because like this is so when you're kind of stuck with Tailwind, you can go to a regular CSS file and then apply some Tailwind stuff still.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how I've never done.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's keep it simple then. Let's instead of like spending some time googling it now, let's just use Schönwald for everything because I think it will. Oh, okay. Now you're offending me. So it's not a problem with the dark. Okay, I'm thinking. Let's restart this developer quickly.
Try the old turn it off and on again trick.
Alt, turn it on and off again. Yeah. But yeah, this stream definitely gave me a reason to upgrade to the latest version of Tailwind just to just in time because as you see it takes a while to start up. But cool. So yeah, we have. We also said okay, let's use this downtime. I have a tooltip component if I'm not wrong, which also needs updating. Yeah, background gray. So let's do, what are we using for the header and footer? Background gray 800. Yep, so let's do that. And then dark text gray 200, sure. Okay, are we up yet? Compiling. Okay, let's. It's gonna refresh and so cool. Go Tailwind. You can do it. So yeah, I think like we're mostly there. There's obviously an account.
I mean, I feel like a lot of this is just like we're basically rewriting all of your styling to some extent, and so like I feel like this is just kind of edge case hunting. Like we should probably go through the import export flow again just to double check that we haven't missed any edge cases because like we're touching basically every bit of styling while we do this. Like this would be a great thing to have done like as you rolled it out, but you know doing it after the fact isn't the worst thing in the world.
Okay, so our Schönwald class works.
It does. It's I don't know how do you feel about the appearance? I mean, it's okay. It works.
So I think I like later I'll try to experiment a bit like with this dark gray, maybe touch it up a bit. But yeah. I think for someone who doesn't want to stare into white, are you kidding me right now?
What?
The header, the logo.
Oh no!
Okay. Let's ignore it for now. Let's spend like I'll fix it. Let's not dwell anymore. Okay, so let's try editing a content model. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so that's not all terrible. I think we can go for a slightly lighter green here. Edit. Okay, so dark, text green, 500. Okay. So where else? Okay, I like this. So edit appearance. Oh,
Ooh.
okay. That's fine. That's fine. So I have two separate.
It's two separate backgrounds. What?
I have two separate files because logic is pretty different.
Slightly different or pretty different.
Yeah. So apply. But obviously then there's some duplication as you can see, but that's okay. So diagram view, but then also diagram edit. So what have we changed on diagram edit, diagram view? Okay, nothing here. Okay. Okay, so just line 497. Okay, cool. So then I'll find the same code in diagram edit. 497. That's gonna be not the same line. Wait, fill view particles. I don't have that done. Okay. Relative BG sepia. Okay, found it. I think. Yep. So I have BG sepia, dark BG gray. And then border sepia, and then dark border gray. Okay, so we should be good there. Okay, that looks better. Yep, so our tooltip works as well.
I like it.
Okay, so continue. So maybe just like
ooh, fields. This
fields.
one is interesting. Yeah.
Tone down these fields. Yeah.
Now I'm glad we checked it.
Yep. So I don't think. Let me check, but I'm not sure if I have these fields as components. So that means I definitely want to. Yeah. Go to content. Okay, so I think description is a separate. No, description details is a separate component. Yep, cool. So I have an input. So dark PG. Are we going for gray again?
Yeah, we might as well just stay consistent. Yay, and the text is already nice.
Yeah, why? Text, is it something that, what?
Yep.
Yeah,
probably from the find and replace that we did earlier.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
I say you did earlier. You did the find and replace.
Yeah, okay. So then,
yep.
Probably the borders can be a bit improved as well, but okay.
Yay. And then do something with it that causes an error.
An error?
Yeah, give me an error state.
Oh, that tells you. Did I not implement? I thought I implemented. I'm relying, I guess, on the default. No, wait. Oh, I remember. So in localhost, I'm using this React use formatting library, and sometimes in development it's not working as expected. Okay, but I can force it. So let's just toggle the boolean.
Flip it so the error is always there.
Yep. So
maybe like a lighter red there.
Not letting that shade. So I think this is also safe to.
Oh, few places.
Dark. Text red. Okay, let's do it locally first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we like how it looks? Or?
Yeah. I did replace it in the wrong place. Description. Where is my error? Yep.
Yeah, that works.
That works, I think. Okay, so 400, pulling
Yeah.
the trigger.
Undo the other two because you're gonna get duplicates, but yeah, otherwise it's good.
Boom. Okay, and then I think for this also dark text.
I think we were using blue 400.
Yep, just to.
Yeah, consistent.
Okay, not the best color scheme in the world, but
It works.
it works. So yeah, this section, yeah, I think this like text can be.
Yeah, probably brighten that up as well. It's
So I don't have a color.
You have the text gray 600 in
good
3
eye.
places.
Good eye. Thank you. Dark 3 400.
Control F what you did with the 600 grays, because the beige the header was a gray 600. Maybe just make sure it's consistent.
I didn't understand. You can repeat?
Yeah, just Control F that and see if you've got any darks next to it, so it's consistent. I think you used it in the footer. Just make sure the color's the same.
No, I don't see any. Are you sure I used it?
I guess not then.
So there's one in content type, but no.
Then yeah.
No, not here. I think we're good. So let's try 400.
Yeah, I think 400 looks good.
Yep. And then also here, right? Nice.
Yeah, nice and bright.
Okay. Not a big fan of these borders.
Yeah, we can change those.
To be honest, not a big fan. So dark.
The border is BG
Okay.
white. Yeah.
No, I think that's background. Background
Oh
white.
yes.
I think like just using the defaults.
Yeah.
So border gray. 700.
I think that looks good.
Okay. Yeah, I think the problem is like I'm gonna.
You're doing a lot of this manually, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I speaks for like not separating stuff into components that you're repeating across your application. So that's on me. That's on me.
Maybe it's a personal project, not a professional project. I think that's all right.
So I do have this preview mode for your description because I allow you to use Markdown. So I wanna update that as well.
So we're gonna have to flip that as well. So much to check. Can we just copy paste it since it looks like it's pretty similar from the actual text box?
You're right, actually. So I have a, so I have a border and background and then text, dark text white, right? Oh, I already.
Which you already got with the Control F from earlier.
Okay.
Hey, readable. Love it.
Nice, I like it. Okay, so that works. So that's okay. This whole process is.
Oh, one
so
more
now
thing.
we come.
So many boxes.
So many boxes. I know what's the first thing I'm gonna extract into component when we finish this call.
You're just gonna refactor the whole thing, aren't you?
No. I'm not like just like. Yeah, it should have been a component from the start. Like,
It's okay. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
So share the URL of your component, right?
Yeah.
So then details. So we have dark border gray, beach pointer. Okay, let's copy paste this one because it contains everything. So okay, I'm gonna use this one, and then this should just work. Yes, I love it. Okay, so that works. I need to do the same here.
In the other place, yeah.
That's fine. Okay. Okay, so this also needs some changes. Oh God, we need to hurry up. We're
so much to change. We only managed to, I like how you're right. When we were planning, we were like, yeah, let's do 3 or 4 different things. And here we are, and we're still working on the first thing. The one thing that we thought would be pretty fast.
Yeah, typical developers estimates right there. Just multiply it by 8 and you get. Oh God. Okay, so I think this is a new view. Okay, so this is a pretty big component. Okay, import choice. Okay, I know this component. Import choice. New import. Okay. Okay. So I have. Okay. Dark. We can try. I can try these from the input styles. So, okay, so I'm going to try dark border gray, dark BG gray.
That's it. Yeah, and then we just have to update the brown.
Yep. So also here, so when you select it, but okay, let's do that. So dark, and what are we using for inputs? Okay, just white. Text white. Or gray.
Just a reminder for the folks in the comments that we are running the giveaway on Twitch, and we'll probably be making that drawing in a little bit. And so head over to Twitch and if you want to enter in to win some swag and some socks and stuff. And not quite last call, but I think we're getting there. So.
Yeah. Great. 700. Okay, for this. Okay, so this looks good. I think like this is nice, but then like when you select it, there's this state. We actually, I think on its own doesn't look bad. Just this text maybe should be dark instead of. Which I'm sure is someone dark text gray. Is that gonna work? No. Okay. I'm gonna have to make this dynamic. Okay, what do you think about these buttons?
I like the green. Oh, hold on. We've got a I think the JSON blob and the
Yeah, that's
yeah
gonna. I'm just
next.
like
I really like the green though. I like that green. I think looks really nice here.
yeah. I think I'm most proudest of that section.
I mean, it's an important section. It's the call to action. It's the big like this is the important one. So
Yep. So okay, so we have another input here, as you do, and I'm gonna. Why am I using my mouse? So I'm gonna use my other styles for that. That's a separate component. Okay, so that works. Okay, so let's go back to new, import, choice. So then I have
space.
space. Yeah, so I think that's an all auth import if I'm not wrong. You have granted conditional. Okay. Then select. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Come on, show me what you got. Nice. That looks good. Okay, so
drop down.
That drop down needs some love.
I feel like we are definitely in edge case world today.
As one is with these things. Okay, but I think like at least it's gonna serve people as a cautionary tale.
We still need to make the toggle so people can turn it on as well. Power Rangers go.
Yes, yeah. I don't know who inspired that.
Yeah, I wonder.
So conmol JSON, that looks terrible. Yep. So next is our JSON input. So PG white. Okay, so this one should be easy. Famous last words. Okay. So here I'm running into a slight issue because I'm using third-party library for this highlighting stuff, so I'm gonna have to figure out quickly. Okay, CM.
What are you using as the code block here?
I forget.
CodeMirror?
CodeMirror.
Yeah.
Actually, that's actually a good question because it triggered my memory. I think I have some global CodeMirror. Yes. Okay, so CM wrap, CM active line. Background color, let's try. Oh, damn. Background color. Let's try this. So yeah, it's CodeMirror. It's super nice.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I am. For a little bit, I was seeing if I could implement a contentful extension with CodeMirror for like inline references, and ended up deciding against it because it was a lot of work with not a ton of value add.
Yeah, I think we Like there should be some way in Contentful to manage like your code snippets.
Yeah. I think we just do it in Markdown blocks right now.
Okay, so I'm basically eyeballing some values that I think will look decent enough. So that's gonna take a while to compile. So, but at least like it doesn't look broken. I think.
Yeah.
It's gonna look okay. Okay, yeah, it takes a while to compile this.
There we go. That looks all right.
Yeah.
And
so then this is like
the last one. Yeah.
Yes.
We're getting there. We're almost there. So
stay with us.
Shonwell Nils says in a couple minutes we're going to have the Apple event as a stream competitor. So I think we should probably finish this last box and then we should probably wrap it and make sure to do the drawing and see who our winner is.
Yeah. To be honest, like I don't want to take views away from Apple. So
yeah, Apple is definitely going to be mad at us. We're going to get an email from Tim Cook that we're stealing all his views.
Let's respect. But I think we probably announced the event first, so we should do it on their part.
I mean, we've been consistent for quite a while, so.
But okay, I'll let it slide this time, Tim.
We'll let Tim get away with it this time.
What are they announcing? Is it like a new
MacBooks? So the thought is that it's like new Silicon Macs. So
okay.
I'm hearing the Silicon Macs are actually pretty good. I am. Silicon.
I saw like some brave people tried it out first, which was nice of them. And obviously there were some issues, especially for developers, like with Docker and stuff. But nowadays, I hear very good stuff.
Yeah.
So, exciting that what they were able to pull off on their own.
Yeah. I mean, it's new computers. New computers come out every year, so I'm not buying a computer anytime soon. So it's whatever.
Same. Okay, so this is starting to look good. I think I'm actually liking this part a lot.
Yeah. It looks good. I like it. I think we've done good work today.
So maybe do you want to stop there?
I think this has been good. I guess to wrap this up, showcase what we did. We took contentmodel.io and we added a dark mode. I feel like the things that are next are just maybe a little bit of refactoring and then adding probably a manual toggle for people to turn it on and off. And otherwise, I think this is good. I'm like really into this. I think it looks great. I'm going to use it like this.
I love this experience. Definitely underestimated the amount. Like some of it.
I think we both thought that this would take maybe 10 minutes, and here we are almost 2 hours later, and you need to do a refactor.
I mean, but can you blame us? Like that library advertises like have your dark mode in 2 lines.
I guess in retrospect we should have both thought like it through, but we got.
But hopefully, it was instructional and fun for people watching.
And I think we had a chance to really dive through contentmodel.io and see how it works and see what it does and mess around with Tailwind, which I don't think we've done in stream, which is fun too. So
I did them a bad advertisement with this compiling time, but they have a just-in-time compiler now.
It's fairly new too, isn't it?
It's still in beta. I think like it's merged into like the into the library itself now. You don't have to install this separate package, but it's still like you need to enable it in the config. So if you're streaming and like messing with Tailwind, enable it. Yes.
Indefinitely, for sure. Cool. I'm gonna switch it back over to my stream or my screen. So we still got the giveaway. Last call on that, but as always, you can follow Ante on his Twitter and check out contentmodel.io. And then we'll be back next week with another stream. It's going to be Salma and Stefan. I will be taking the week off. They'll be talking about rich text, which should be a lot of fun next week. as well. So let's go. You ready for the drawing? Should I click the button? All right. And Sean won Nils. It looks like you are the winner today, and I feel like that's only right considering how much you helped us on stream today as well, and having a color named after you. Just shoot me a message on Twitter with your name, email, or name, phone number, address, and t-shirt size. I need your t-shirt size, and I'll send your swag out. And just send me a screenshot of you logged into your Twitch, and that way I know it's you. And you can just hit me on Twitter at Shai Ruparel, or you can email me Shai at Contentful, whatever's easier for you, and we will send that swag out shortly. But that's it from us this week. Ante, it was a pleasure to have you on stream. I know we've been wanting to do this for a little bit, and so it was really nice to have you here. I'm gonna let you go. You have a good evening in Berlin. I'm gonna go have lunch here in New York, and for everyone else, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you back next week. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Shai. Bye, everyone.